Hey everybody, welcome back for our last little bit of Legacies of Caine. Alright, so the lot of you now prepare for party night. Nathan gets dressed up in his snazziest of outfits. Dawn gets dressed in her slimming dress with, like, you know, the sides down the middle. She's looking very exquisite in this. Samuel is probably dressed in his goth biker outfit because, I mean, it's all in black anyway. Mm-hmm.
Were we going to have a conversation about what we learned first?
Oh, sure. I thought you did have a conversation about what you learned.
Oh.
We learned the importance of friendship.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, why don't you review everything that you learned?
Sure. Samuel, what are your thoughts for making your way in?
Well, it doesn't seem like getting to the camera room is going to be very easy.
Would you be able to use your computer skills to hack from the library? Because students are allowed in the library.
I could definitely give it an attempt.
It's on the network, but the security might be isolated on the network too.
Yeah. It's worth seeing if you can. If nothing else, worth seeing if you can.
Okay.
I guess I will keep him company in the librapry and at least
You can
be
read me a
near.
story.
You can work on translating Latin.
Apparently, you can use your phone to do that nowadays.
Well, it's a good thing you have one now, then, isn't it?
Indeed. And if nothing else, be close to campus. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any easy ways in. If I were getting in myself, potentially, but getting Samuel and myself in, I'm not sure it's possible. Well, Atlantis, I am assuming that there are, like, second-story windows or something?
Oh yeah, you could probably get in through libraries, like, let's say.
Oh no, I'm thinking like the building where the gala's being held.
Yes.
Like if I were to solo try and stealth up to the building, get up to the second story.
You could try to, but like most campuses, it's probably got windows that aren't very easily opened. You know.
And
True,
I'll
but I control
have
over
you
shadows.
know, I broke into a 5-star hotel.
He did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you crawled in through the sewers, though. I came up through the
that-
sub-basement.
That is something we didn't try.
No.
Sub-basements work, alright? And even then, there was a man that almost caught me. He came down into the sub-basement, and then I slipped on into the elevator.
Yes. I mean, this is true. This is very true.
I can be sneaky.
Well, perhaps they have a sub-basement here as well.
Perhaps.
It is old London.
Ooh, London. All right.
Anyway.
So, Samuel, how are you and Leslie getting into the library?
Do you want to go to the sub-basement?
I was assuming we just walk in.
Yes, if you're disguised as a student, a goth biker student.
I'm a goth biker student.
It works.
Fair point. Maybe the sub basement would be better.
I personally like the new look.
You ruined me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And honestly, you can each go in separately as well.
Yeah.
Since-
Leslie is just like looking off to the side with his head in his hand.
Do the students wear like ID cards or anything?
They probably have some kind of ID card.
You can either steal an ID or you just wear like a lanyard with a little card attached to it. I don't gotta look too closely at it.
Or if someone asks, I just like look into their eyes. This is not the vampire student you are looking for.
It's not the vampire student you were looking for?
I mean,
It's very...
technically speaking, he can do that. He has a level of dominate.
So I can just walk in the front door.
You might have to use your level of dominate. I'm just gonna say that.
And I'm with him.
That would
No,
get
no,
you...
no, 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 no.
What? What do you mean?
You are going in through the sub basement.
What?
Look at you!
I'm a student.
He fits in with the
What
students
student at the
perfectly.
University of London dresses like that?
The ones doing
I mean-
history degrees, they're always
I'm a
edging
rebel
now.
with a rich father.
You know what? You kind of are, yeah.
I mean, with the exception of the father relationship, yes.
I am not being your father for this.
What? I never asked you to.
Good.
Everyone knows
You
Nathan
need
is
help
my
getting into
daddy.
the sub-basement. I'll come.
Nathan kind of just is your sugar daddy.
Guess I'm going through the sub-basement again.
I'm everyone's sugar daddy.
You are everyone's sugar daddy.
That was the plan.
Okay, Leslie, roll some manipulation plus intimidation, because you're gonna have to do that to get by this person.
Oh, are we going in now?
We're saying that. We're having you two go
Alright.
in, and then we'll switch over the two of them heading in. We're
Do I
kind
have
of
to
switched-
roll anything to find the sub-basement?
You would enjoy a trip through the sewers into what is the old basement. They don't really they have like a basement, not a sub-basement, but it's like old London, so this building's a lot, got a couple hundred years, got a sewer, you can kind of sneak in. You probably have a little bit of, well, you already had a little bit of a smell, so you have an extra smell on to you.
So dominate is based off manipulation, intimidate?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see here. Oh god, yes. I was gonna give you a difficulty because this target's willpower, but no. So you can give a command to this person, a one-word command to them, as they're asking for your ID.
Crap, I hadn't thought this far ahead.
It has to be clear and straightforward, and it can be part of a sentence, but there is one word that's being basically the center of it.
Don't worry, I am allowed here. In here.
I mean, that's not a command.
The-
You have
Tell him
that-
to allow you to be here. The same thing.
Let me in.
Let me in.
Yeah, but I have to pick one word.
Yeah, well, like, good example. The
Let.
examples they give are like run, agree, fall, yawn, jump, laugh, surrender, stop, scream, follow. It can't be anything dangerous.
Yeah. You know what?
Ignore me.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? That's a great one. Ignore me.
Okay, yeah. He's just not paying attention to you anymore.
Perfect. Bon, you're a genius.
So he just kind of ignores you.
I'm gonna walk in.
Okay. Eventually, you'll meet up with a Samuel.
Hey. How's it going?
Wonderful, and you?
Wait, how did I get here?
Through the sewer basement.
Through this.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I thought I was gonna have more to do. I guess I made it.
No, I mean, you just...
Sam, it's real
It's the sewer basement of a university library. I mean, as soon as you get in there, there's not, like, major security in the basement of a library. For their sewers!
Yeah.
And especially for someone who at least to some degree resembles being a student.
Yeah. You probably they'd like pop out of like a door that people should have popped out of. But if any student saw you, they probably assume like he was making out or doing drugs in there or something like that. The
And you've
rebel
got a backpack with a computer
I'm
in it.
making out.
with drugs. You were making out with drugs. Drugs.
I'm making drugs and doing out.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have a look
and you got a
around.
backpack with a computer with a laptop in it, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I still
I'm
think it was
assuming-
unnecessary for me to go that way.
No, it's just rather important, believe me. Tables are over there. I'm gonna assume Samuel just like sets up his stuff.
Sure. And you're just gonna hang around with him?
I'm gonna just hang out around a nearby stack of books and pull one out and make as if I'm flipping through it and reading,
Okay.
and just keeping an eye on surroundings.
Alright.
Okay.
So, we switch back to Nathan and Dawn, who can see that there is a whole bunch of... I wouldn't say it's like New York bigwigs, but it's still like people that seem like they are wealthy, have money, people that are supporting the school to a good degree at this fundraiser are kind of all walking in. And there's security kind of checking IDs, looking at information, so they kind of have to pass by. And you're doing a pretty good job, and eventually we'll be able to move inside. Are either of you armed with anything?
I've got the cane.
Okay.
I have high heels.
Okay. Those are acceptable things to be armed with then.
Okay.
My gun is in the car.
Yes. Okay, that's fine. A number of like circular tables have been set up across the room, replacing the normal kind of tables that would have been in here. Fine linens, chairs. Both of you are assigned a seat, but that is next to each other, of course, at one of the tables. There's kind of like a lot of mingling in kind of a center area where people are kind of talking. There's a kind of stage in the back where you can have like a presentation, of course, with some like big screens set up that they can have like stuff on for talking about whatever's here, of course.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Where do two of you want to go to?
I don't know. Do I see anyone resembling what I've been given as a description for Alistair Cromwell?
Have a very vague description. A man with dark hair and a mustache, kind of, is the best description.
Okay. Do I see... How many of those do I see?
Probably a couple. Like,
Okay.
Dark hair, mustache. Probably, like, at least a dozen. But there's like, at least 100 people in here right now, kind of milling about,
Sure.
so...
I'm gonna play Guess Who?
All right.
We know
Well,
he-
our man
doesn't
has
he-
dark hair and a mustache.
Does he travel with, like, anyone else? Do we know that?
You have no other information.
Oh,
Well, we do know that the gargoyles will have observation going on here. We're just not sure exactly how. But we also know that they could take offense to people approaching him too aggressively. And that we might not have been able to approach him if we hadn't gotten the friendship or the acceptance of the gargoyles, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm. Because they normally wouldn't... There are gargoyles that do have auspex, so most likely they would have someone with auspex watching, would be the best way to say. So they would know if it's something supernatural. Like, if it's just a mortal approaching him and being bothersome, they probably aren't going to care. But, like, for you guys, you know...
That might be why they brought me to that rooftop, so that all of them could see me.
Mm-hmm.
I
Clever.
could see all of you, yeah.
They could.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was specifically their intention, but...
See, what you don't know is they identify people by their staff.
Yeah.
Or...
Well, they
Yes.
can't see mine right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, are either of the mustachioed men standing more by themselves, or talking with a smaller? Which one is talking with a smaller group?
A couple of them are talking with smaller groups. Let's see here. There's like a man talking with two women. Another one that seems to be off sort of on his own, accompanied by a woman. And there are like, let's say, a couple of, like, 3 of them are in like larger groups, but they might be in a larger group. You don't know. And one of them is sitting at one of the tables.
By himself?
Well, the table's got a couple other people at it.
Okay.
So, relatively by himself. But, you know, he doesn't seem to be talking to anybody right now. He seems to be on his phone.
Okay. Well, any preferences?
I don't think it's the one on his phone. I feel like he'd think that was rude, you know. I feel like he's gonna have manners, you know. Hopefully,
Well,
possibly.
that's probably true. Although the more mature a person is, the more they might feel that respect is owed to them and not the other way around.
Maybe, yeah. Who looks the rudest? Let's go for that one. That's the way I'm going about this.
Sure.
I will
I
make
will-
sure I speak to none of them.
I will follow your lead, as I tend not to be terribly lucky.
Oh god. Let's go for the one in the corner with the smaller group. Was that one a small group? There's one kind of basically on his own, I remember that much. There's lots of mustache men, it's very confusing.
So there's
Yes.
one at a table, one with two women,
One with
one
one,
with a s-
who seems to be one who looks more like he's accompanied by a woman, and
one that's in a group talking to two.
and the other one that's and then the other there's three others, because I said there was like half a dozen or something of them. So we'll say there's 6 of
Okay.
them
Okay.
that are mustached and dark hair, various lengths of
Okay.
hair and like styles too. You know, so you weren't sure what the style and length of hair was. You just heard dark hair, mustache. And 3 that are in larger groups, we'll just say. So those are kind of hard to tell apart if they're anything special about them.
Okay. So I guess we can kind of wander about towards which one did you want to go to? The one with the accompanied by a woman?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll wander over that direction, and while we're walking, I'll very kind of subtly try and talk to Dawn about the etiquette of eating at a really fancy, ritzy meal.
Hey, I can eat better than you.
Consume, yes.
Yeah. Is that not what we're talking about? Come on now. I'm good at that.
Exactly why I'm talking to you about which fork to use, Dawn.
Wait, there's multiple forks? Oh god. The door just goes like really pale and is panicking now.
All right.
Freaked her out.
So this man looks to be maybe about middle-aged, kind of like a longer mustache, slightly longer hair, kind of like shoulder length. He's wearing like a small pair of like spectacles. He kind of walks with a cane, one that has a etchings of what looks to be like a wolf. So something that, you know, like you can get, like people tend to do, you know, nowadays.
Okay.
Jeez, acting like another vampire I know.
Yes. The woman that's with him is in like a dress that seems very similar to Dawn's. You know, have a very sexy dress. She's kind of strawberry blonde, kind of hanging off his one arm.
Cool. Are they talking about anything in particular as we start?
He just seems to be
getting
kind of
closer?
like watching the crowd right now, kind of just taking it in, more or less. She's just kind of just hanging out there.
She's in it for the money.
Same.
So I guess I'll walk
Listen
up and
about you, yeah.
stop a polite distance away.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
He'll kind of wait for a second, kind of like turn towards you. Hello.
My name is Nathan Lane. I'm in charge of a prestigious gym in New York. Always looking for members. If you find your way over to the States.
I'm afraid I don't leave London much anymore.
Unfortunate. Travel is one of my favorite activities.
I understand.
This is my lady, Dawn.
Allow me to introduce myself then, Nathan. My name is Alistair. Here is my lady friend, Lucy.
Alistair? Lucy? I've met someone, or rather heard of someone named Alistair. Are you associated with the museum here?
I am a donor, if that's what you're looking to hear about.
Ah, I was told that I might meet someone with an interest in Mesopotamian history here. Would that describe you at all?
Possibly. I'm interested in all kinds of history.
Ah, excellent. Do you know many people from New York?
From New York? Can't say that I do off the top of my head. But when you get into history, you learn about lots of different people. And when you're into business, you meet lots of people yourself.
Ah, I do know business. I pull out the coin and start doing the little flippy thing on my fingers.
Oh.
He is going to give me a second here. I have to figure
can we
out.
see if he drops
He's
it?
looking at you. He's looking at you. I'm figuring out,
Excellent.
what he would roll to perceive.
See if
I
I
think
guess right
it
first
would
time.
be-
The secret is I'm real good at guess who.
Okay. Okay. Yep. And let's check something else out here for what's going on in the room. Just one more roll quickly that we can do here. And I gotta get some numbers for that.
Oh, additional quick question.
Fun.
Are there any gargoyles on any of the roofs of the university buildings?
You did, probably not anything large, like man-sized.
I don't mean like the race gargoyles. I mean the decoration.
The statue.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
statue. Then I will say you probably some small ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, Well,
I'll
what
slide
bring-
the coin back into my pocket.
Well, what brings you, a world traveler such as yourself, out to London anyway, other than this party? I would think that a American boy such as yourself would have American universities' support.
Oh, of course, but American universities don't have the ancient expertise that some of the older facilities and places do here. I had, in fact, just acquired a couple of items into a more private collection that I was hoping to find someone who might be interested in taking a look at for me.
Perhaps. There would always be a good time to look at ancient pieces. But I'm sure someone in this university would be a perfect expert to take a look at it. If you're looking for a name, maybe I can find one for you.
Well, I was given a name in New York, and that name was Alistair Cromwell. Do you happen to know him?
He's going to give a kind of like wry smile and is like, well, if you were looking for Mr. Cromwell, that would be my father. I am Alistair Cromwell II. Both of us were, well, supporters of this museum. The idea.
So good.
Ah. Good to hear. So, without wanting to be offensive in any way, are you suggesting that your father would be a better person to look at these old
I'm
artifacts
afraid-
than you?
I'm afraid, though we have very similar chiseled looks, he has passed away.
Ah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, it was a sudden death. I was forced to take over the estate.
Ah. So recently, then?
Oh, not quite recently. Maybe 5 years ago.
Ah.
And like him, I wish to keep supporting this place. they have been very happy that I've continued my support. So perhaps, Nathan, you could continue your support of this place, too.
I imagine that would be perfectly reasonable, especially if I could find someone tied to the university who could help me with my research.
Of course. Lucy, dear, I'm going to need you to go find Fieldings for me. Bring him here.
Sorry, did he say feelings?
Fieldings. Fieldings.
Fieldings?
Fieldings.
Lucy, dear, I'm gonna need you to find feelings for me.
Yeah, Fieldings for you, no. Fieldings.
I'm not processing this correctly. What is a fielding?
An assistant of mine. He's around here.
Ah,
He's enjoying some of the wonderful buffet right now because he's not needed at the moment. But if you're looking to get some business done, perhaps he would be able to help provide you the right information. Mr. What did you say your name? Nathan?
Lane.
Lane?
Yes.
Isn't there a actor named after that?
No relation.
I do enjoy a good movie nowadays, when I catch one, but it requires a little bit of, well, there aren't very many ones that are really good. I'm sure yourself would enjoy some movies, am I right?
Oh, of course. Watch them actually fairly frequently at my gym.
You know, I always had a thing for old, classic horror movies. How about you?
I'm sorry, I didn't actually hear you. Classic what?
Horror movies.
I've seen no small number of those.
You're gonna see kind of like a kind of short-haired man, kind of brownish-haired man with glasses, kind of like kind of wander over. He's dressed fairly nice, but definitely more
Less formally than most donors.
Yeah, less formally than most donors. He's gonna have a kind of plate of some chilled stuff. It looks like, you know, like some oysters and things. He's kind of like, yes, sir. Did you needed me? Yes, Fieldings. This gentleman here could perhaps require some of your expertise. We're looking for someone that can help him with ancient Mesopotamian information. Perhaps we can arrange for him to meet with someone at a later date. Yes, sir. I can see what he has. What we can do. I can get some names. Excellent. Mr. Nathan Lane here. Do you have some contact information you can share with Mr. Fieldings here?
Certainly. I can provide you what would be most useful to you. Email address or phone number?
Phone.
Very well. I'll give him my number.
Thank you. I'm gonna. Can I go back now, sir? Yes, Fieldings. The poor boy. He's had a rough life, if you understand what I'm saying, and it's only recent that he's come under my employment again. He'd been employed to my father for some time, and lost his way.
Yes, transitions do tend to be difficult times.
Indeed. But he's a very excellent assistant. So is there anything else I can help you with, Mr. Lane?
Well, I was very much hoping you would be able to help a little bit more personally.
Personal help by myself, Mr. Lane. Well, That's a good question of whether or not I could assist. The possibility definitely exists.
My associate in New York, Ms. Panhard, was the one who gave me your name.
I would have thought that she would have probably been the one that would have sent you your way. I would have guessed that you would have been a little bit more respectful, though, in your ways of approaching me. You're quite forthright for yourself.
I'm afraid they don't teach quite the same level of etiquette in the New World.
Shame, really. Shame.
I do my best to make up for my lack of training at an early age.
It's the truth. You at least have tried a little bit. Now, come now. He's basically going to call someone over. It's like, I would like to switch some tables around. I would like Mr. Lane here to be associated at my table with me. Is that all right with you? Like, the guy will be like, I'll check in with, you know, the administrator, but that should be fine, sir. That should be fine. Excellent. Then perhaps we sit down for some dinner. I, for one, don't really usually snack very much on these things. I'm here more for the money. I'm sure your associates are fine. My associate here does enjoy a good bite to eat. Perhaps she can hang out with your friend over there.
Dawn, would you like to join Ms. Lucy, I believe?
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
She's gonna kind of move up to you. She's kind of like looking at you. Give me a, let's see here. I think it would be a perception empathy, we'll say.
For me or Dawn?
From Dawn.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
No empathy.
Ouch.
Okay.
That's...
I noticed nothing.
Yeah, you notice nothing.
This continued to prove my theory that all Dawn can roll is 1s and 10s.
Ones
and
There's no
tens.
in between.
Nathan, you give me a perception empathy about the kind of entire thing here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're really empathetic.
Mhm. Yep. Okay.
Vampires are known for their empathy.
That's fine. All right. So I'm just gonna say, like,
I don't notice.
Yeah, you don't notice, but Dawn, she's gotten very like close to you, like kind of uncomfortably close.
Oh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Got myself my own candy, huh?
Mm-hmm. She's like, Alistair's such a big, Alistair's such a great man to be with. You know, he's been with me for many years now, and he's always treated me well. And, it's been kind of sad to just be alone with him. Perhaps you could come back with us, and we could have a fun time together.
Oh, you cut off at the last bit, though.
And we can have a fun time together.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not being kidnapped by this woman. Jesus.
Okay.
It's not kidnapping if you go along willingly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if I stay willingly is another thing, though.
I imagine that depends on her definition of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have to check with Nathan's scheduling, you know. I kind of just go where he goes.
Oh, are you like his, like the Fieldings to Alistair? To him?
I wouldn't say that exactly. It's complicated, you know, men.
They mean like they, you know, come in and, you know, meet you in the night and enjoy some time with you?
I mean, that is how I roll.
Yeah.
That's literally what Nathan does to Candy, yeah. I mean, she does know men, apparently, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We travel together, you know?
More professional relationship.
Exactly.
You know, it has been some time before we've been really as intimate as we used to be. He's always he's there for me when I need it, but it's not the same. So she's gonna have like an emotional conversation about her relationship
She's like
with
breaking down, like, why does my man not love me anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I thought it was gonna be that she had like been forced into servitude with him and she was like trying to get me to get her out, but this is a whole other thing that Dawn can't deal with. Dawn is not emotionally available.
You can enjoy some small talk with Alistair for some time. Not hitting at any like major topics. It's more like
I can talk about finance with him a lot.
Oh.
Or politics.
He can actually talk politics with you, I think.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, what is your politics?
3.
Then he seems more skilled at it than you.
Yeah, I have no doubt. He's probably more skilled at pretty much everything than me, but at least I can hold my own with finance and politics.
He's not an expert at finance, so you can introduce him to some things in finance.
Okay.
Yeah, he totally will enjoy listening and learning about some finance from you.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Shared interests.
Yeah. So you basically have like a couple hours of discussion on investing. Samuel, what were you attempting to do?
I was trying to get into the hack into their Wi-Fi type thing. Like I did before, see if I could access security via Wi-Fi.
Sure. Roll me computer's intelligence. We'll see if you can hack into the Wi-Fi. We'll just have that roll.
Uh-huh.
And this is just like the university level Wi-Fi, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is like hacking into like a student/teacher ID on, there kind of thing.
Please no bots this time.
I'm a teacher.
Oh my
god. Well,
what of it?
You
Isn't this how it always happens?
It seems like anytime hacking comes up.
Yeah, hacking is either like it works in quotations.
It just works.
God damn it, Todd, you've done it again.
All right,
Technically it succeeded.
you did succeed. You get into the Wi-Fi. What do you so you're now connected to the university network. You effectively have their internet. We can say that you probably got into an administrator's password, so you can do a little bit of stuff, but I mean, you're on like the first level of hack kind of thing.
Right.
Hack the planet.
So Leslie, I'm in. Why am I in again?
Voice, I'm in.
So you can monitor the cameras.
This is your realm. I know.
Oh, so I can monitor the cameras. That's right. All right, I gotta get into another level of hacker.
Yes. So you'd have to make another check at a higher difficulty. Let's say from here, probably difficulty 8.
Same check.
Yes.
Just spend willpower.
Willpower is really useful. Too late, he's rolled.
You got 4 successes though
Okay,
instead.
never mind.
Yeah. Alright. So you actually managed to like overlay into partially into the network. It looks as though you've gotten into a level of their security where you can monitor the the cameras, at very least.
Are there any cameras where Nathan is?
There does seem to be one
God.
set up in the... There does seem to be a couple set up in the cafeteria. Kind of one overlooking the cafeteria and one kind of where the registers would normally be, which that area looks like it's kind of been blocked off a little bit. You know, kind of like one of those like kind of like cloth and metal temporary walls, yeah, that they put up.
All right. One thing that I am going to do is whatever one has the best angle on Nathan and them. I'm going to zoom really far in on Nathan's face and take like a funny screenshot when he's like in the middle of talking or something. And then I'm going to generally like monitor the rest to see if any
Okay.
any
Leslie's just gonna walk up on Samuel. Is there a camera looking on us?
Oh, is there?
Could you pull one up for me?
There probably is one in the library, but it's probably at the entrance.
It's this one.
Is it
you're close
is it
to
a
it?
position where it could see Samuel?
Not normally. That one probably doesn't move because it's made just to watch the entrance and exit of it. So in case, you know, a book goes missing, they can see it or something, you know? Because they probably do have some expensive books in here in certain places.
Shame. This is my favorite party trick.
Oh.
I mean, you like it looked like the guy was talking to nobody for a couple of seconds and then stopped.
I was gonna try and get Samuel to like look at me and like just have him gesturing into thin air and no luck.
Okay. So the party will roll on for a number of hours. Eventually, the administrator of the dean of the college will show up, and the administrator of the museum, and they will have long speeches and talk about, you know, you've bought into the place now, maybe some extra donations and things like that, and the plans that they have for the future, things like that. Of course, you know, after the presentations, Mr. Cromwell will kind of give, you know, small claps and stuff to go along with everything that's going on, and the night will wear on. Lucy and you, Dawn, of course, will enjoy your meals.
Oh yeah.
While I'm assuming Nathan, you, and Alistair will kind of dismiss them.
I'm more or less going to follow Alistair's lead. If he leaves his plate more or less untouched, then I'll do the same. Unless he comments on it, in which case...
He basically will say, like, he basically will dismiss the waiter, you know, tell the waiter not to bring them anything, kind of things, and say the same for you. Dawn, after both you and Lucy have had their meal, Lucy will be like, okay, come on, let's head to the bathroom.
I like Lucy. Yep.
I'm trying to figure out if she's going to, if she's like just a bulimic prostitute or.
Yeah, I can't decide either, and that's what I love.
She will do the same thing as you, so it's hard to tell. She assumes you don't know. Is the thing.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna ask. I want the mystery to be there.
All right. As soon as they leave and like the table is kind of empty, Alistair will kind of move, speak with you kind of at a different. So we should probably get down to some more important business. You came for me for a reason. We are a little bit more private at the moment. Perhaps we should have a little bit more of a private meeting. You seem honest enough, Nathan, and Lucy has taken a shine to your little friend there. I myself have... It's been a while since I've had more company than Lucy.
Certainly. More private meeting would certainly be interesting and would allow us to speak more at ease without the formality of the environment.
There's always formality in what we are doing here, but wait around to the end of the show. I think I can arrange to have some private meetings with some folks, important business. Maybe even say I can convince them to donate more to the museum. Which I mean you should donate more to the museum.
Ah. I can see my way through to doing so.
Excellent. It looks like I like you, Nathan. Looks like I don't have to, well, do anything mean to you.
Can I ask you to speak up, because your voice gate is a little low?
Do
apparently.
anything mean to you.
Well, I very much appreciate that.
Excellent. All right, and why don't we leave it here as the party rolls on to the end? As Dawn makes new friends with Lucy.
I made friends. I didn't fuck it up.
I mean, like, I guess, like, the only other person at the table with you guys is, like, Fieldings, and he's just, like, you know, like, working on those oysters. It seems like that's, like, the only thing he's been eating. Like, the chilled oysters.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor guy. If me or Leslie were there, we'd have to keep him company, but he's got no one.
He's just there because he works for the dude.
Too bad I didn't bring Wick.
Oh, no.
You should have gave him Wick. Let him hang out with Wick.
He could have had a buddy.
Oh, man.
Wick probably loves chilled oysters.
We should have brought Rattay. He'd eat oysters. Or he could work with Fieldings and eat the shells while Fieldings ate the oysters.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
All right, though. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. It was a fun one. We did some interesting stuff here, as usual. Nobody botched anything horribly to cause any kind of horrible stuff. And you're all and you all managed to get into a party, sort of. Well, two of you are in the library nearby, but you're secondhand enjoying the party.
Yeah, I don't get invited.
Leslie's enjoying this book he's picked up. Business administration? Very interesting.
Yeah, that's
the first dot of finance.
You're like,
there we go.
You can take a level of finance with some skill. Like, ooh, finance. It's better than those like how to make money books. All right, why don't we go around and say who we are, where to find you, and all that stuff. Let's start with Dunce today.
Hey, I'm Dunspace. You can find me on twitch.tv/Dunspace. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Atlas RP, where I run around as a pirate and I go, "Oh, I'm Digby." That's mostly it.
It's pretty good.
Spot on.
Yep. Cool. Carpe.
I am the CarpeDM. Mostly Twitter. You can find me on Twitch. You can see some of my D&D streams on YouTube still. I've been playing a lot of Warframe, but I'm actually going to start running a Shadowrun game coming up.
Cool. Jess.
I am Bubblegum Viking, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and I have been playing Far Cry 5 and glitching it out. I broke everything. I don't know how. I shot someone in the head, and he flew about 10 feet in the air, fell down, and then he went, ah!
Yep. Awesome. Umber?
Hi, I'm Umber's Guys. You can find me mainly at Twitch, also Twitter and YouTube. I post, I'm getting better at it, posting VODs of past streams. You can find me tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, continuing our adventures in Yakuza 0. So come hang out and have some fun.
And it's
That's Yakuza without any calories.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I am, as usual, your storyteller, Tantus Narvan Dracovin. You can find me here streaming daily. If you're looking for more role-playing games, I'll be back on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my D&D stream, Madness of the Land. We'll be back next week for more Vampire. If you're looking for more tabletop content in general, Saturdays and Sundays, I have a discussion show on Saturdays, and Sundays in the evening, I play tabletop games with a bunch of these people and more people, and, you know, whoever wants to join, so it's fun. Umber usually shows up lately, which has been great.
Yeah.
And if
I
you
enjoy flipping the table.
yes, you've had a couple opportunities. If you're looking for gaming streams, I'll be back tomorrow with more Graveyard Keeper, and then Friday's more XCOM 2 for me. So, and I went XCOM 2 with all the DLCs just to torment myself for my first playthrough. I've seen someone play through the original XCOM 2, so I know a little bit.
So you're saying you're crazy?
Yes. It has hurt my soul a little bit already. I'll put it that way.
With the Long War mod?
Yes. I'm playing
Oh
with...
god, you are
Oh, not the
insane.
Long War mod. Okay, not the Long War mod.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. That's right. I'm not doing the Long War mod. I am doing it like the experienced XCOM 2 person because I knew most of these, like, XCOM 2 storyline, not the Chosen storyline as much. Like,
all I was thinking is you jumping into XCOM 2 for the first time, it being Long War, and just feeling sorry for you, honestly.
Yeah.
I had some trouble with the first couple of missions because my first mission went very south, so I only ended up with like 2 people getting promotions from that first mission, and one of them was wounded. So I only had like a sniper I could use, and then a bunch of recruits.
Oh, that's the worst.
So
Early game snipers.
yeah. So it's like I only have that sniper and a couple of recruits. So it's been a struggle for a couple of missions, and I'm finally getting it that I have like, if I take a recruit, I can choose to take one now. And that helps a lot. So my mission success rate went up a lot.
It's a very enjoyable game.
Yes. Though I had like a couple of starts and a couple of like, the round killed me, I have to reload a couple of rounds back. Because things just went so south so quickly. It's like, well, this RNG sometimes is just like... I have to agree with those people that complain about, like, the 85% chances that miss all the time. I understand
It just
it
means
now.
that you get a 99 that misses. That's
yeah.
fun.
Oh my god.
And by fun, I mean you will scream and tear your hair out.
You know, I had a
Yeah.
98, and I'm like, this better goddamn not miss. I was like, oh my god.
It will. Eventually it will, and you will curse everything in existence.
Yeah. Ugh. But anyway, so yeah, those are the 2 games I'm doing right now. I might add a third one to the mix, but if you want to see my gaming, those are usually Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, depending on the schedule, at noon every day, Eastern Standard Time. But anyway, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week, where we'll finish up the party and some meetings, and kind of move on to what all this means for our characters. It'll be enjoyable.
And finally being able to spend XP.
Soon. It's either going to be after the next session or the one after that, depending on how things go in the next session.
So strong.
So much experience
So much
spent.
XP.
A lot. But thanks, everyone. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.